Now, GGPoker is actually turning one of the world's most popular poker sites with ambassadors like Daniel Negreanu, Elke, and Jason Kuhn all over its homepage. However, when we compare it to playing on Ignition Poker, there is something you need to understand. Both these poker sites have geo restrictions, and what that means is you can only play on either of these sites if you live in certain areas. For example, GGPoker is not open to the United States or Australia and some other areas for real money games. On the flip side, Ignition is available only in the United States and Australia, but does allow real money games in those areas. And since I play on both sites regularly, I do prefer Ignition. So if you live in the United States or Australia, I think Ignition Poker is a much better option, and that's the one I would use. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the best, if not best, poker sites to be using. Personally, I've been playing on Ignition for over 6 years. I do a lot of the mid-stake games, meaning I play the $200 and $500 cash games, which are straight butter in my opinion. Now, the players on here are very beatable as well, and the software for playing is top-notch for using on a desktop as well as on mobile. Now, I'm actually going to pull up a recent session. I played at the 500 limit stake so you guys can see just how good the software is for playing here. They also have easy deposit and withdrawal options via crypto. Of course, as we're getting into some of these hands, we will also have some resources for Ignition, bonuses for getting started here that you could also check out directly below in the description. Don't forget to tap that like, and let's get into some of these hands. The first hand we've got here is a 3-8 suited. I decided to raise it up with this hand. Don't even ask me why. I don't know what I was thinking. Now, personally, I'm a pretty aggressive player, especially in late position. I raise with a lot of different hands, but 3-8 suited was definitely pushing it a little bit, I think, here. Anyways, I tried to continue with this one. It's not exactly going to work out in my favor, but, if you don't bluff at it, you can't win, right? All right, so 4 on the turn, not exactly the card we wanted to see. Honestly, though, I don't know what card I was looking to see. I was just ready to give this one up. Didn't want to let it cost me any more money. I mean, I'm basically losing to everything at this point. So, yeah, just a fold here. That's why you don't play 3-8 suited, by the way. Okay, next hand we had an ace-4 suited. Now, this one was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, get ready for it. Now, the thing about winning, especially in these mid-stake, online poker cash games, you got to be bluffing. You can't just play ABC poker, wait for good hands, and just, play the game that way. It just doesn't work. When you move up to different stakes, like the higher the stakes are, the better the players are, and you got to remember that. So you got to be willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes, and I'm definitely going to be risking it for that biscuit on this hand. Just get ready for it. Okay, very interesting but good flop for us because, we've got, up and down straight draw basically if we can hit that 6. I'm sorry, not up and down straight draw. We have a straight draw. Okay, turn card, we had the nut flush draw, which was even better for us in this spot. So I bet $64, making the pot pretty spicy. However, we missed absolutely everything at this point, and yeah, I went for the all-in shove on this. Definitely sweating this one, not gonna lie. Pretty ballsy move, man. Willing to risk it for that biscuit. All right, and we took it down. I don't know what that guy was putting me on, but I did play the hand as aggressive as possible to win that one, so, I definitely went for it. Okay, next time we had pocket 6s, and we are getting closer to that 10-9 suited I was, talking about here. But this was a frustrating hand because, low-stake pocket pair like this, the board was beautiful. All right, and player 3 is going to make the call. Now, we are going to spike that 6, man, and it feels so good when you get the card you want like this. The problem is, if you don't get a lot of action when you hit a set on the flop, it's like, you got to be kidding me. Okay, so we got the card we were looking for. Just licking my lips at this point. Just praying somebody's got something. Now, I felt like betting here was the right move. You know, you really don't know what anybody's got, especially if they're on some kind of like draw. You got to make them pay for it a little bit. And I felt like that was a pretty friendly bet. Unfortunately, no action. Super frustrating. Deuce would have hit the turn. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, that is like the worst right there. Okay, anyways, next hand we had a king 10 suited. Very pretty hand, spades. So I just made the call here. Okay, we have the ace out there, but we've got the nut flush draw, dealing with another like nut flush draw situation. This guy bet it. Obviously, I'm making the call here. Now, we did hit the 10 on the turn, but we are behind on the ace. This guy bet 40 bucks. I had to make the call to see the river card. Plus, you know, I don't know what this guy had at this point. He could have just like an ace queen or something, but we did get there. And that was a beautiful river card. Doesn't get much better, guys. Definitely doesn't get any better for this hand. So I had to put some kind of value in here, right? I wasn't going to just like let this get checked down or, you know, see like a small bet. I felt like betting here was the right move. So I bet $200 just looking for a call. Unfortunately, we did not get it. Maybe I bet that a little bit too much. Maybe it should be more like 150, but it is what it is. Okay, here we go. 10-9 suited of hearts. We've made it to the 10-9. All right, I just flatted here on the $15 raise. I love 10-9 suited. I mean, you got to be playing this one all the time, especially in these shorthanded cash games. Sometimes I'll fold a 10-9 offsuit, but when it's suited, man, I'm always playing it. Always. Even if it kills me. Like, no joke. Okay, talk about the best flop ever. So we flopped the nuts. Now, I decided to slow play this. I could have put in a small raise, I guess. But because we had somebody behind as well, I felt like, you know, maybe if I just call it, he'll make the call and we can take it to the turn. But he folded. Turn card was a queen. Put out some different straight draws now. Obviously, we've got like the king 10s, the ace 10s. But at the same time, you know, playing it slow. Now, I bet into it. All right, river card was an ace. It put out some different flushes and straights with the king 10. What was frustrating about that card was this guy puts in a big bet. Not a big bet, but he re-raised me. Now, I just put a little value bet, but he's going to come over the top. And I was thinking to myself, like, really? Did you really outdraw me on this hand? And he did not. He just went for a bluff. Okay, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed some of the hands here with that 10-9. I mean, you always got to be playing 10-9, especially suited in these shorthanded online poker cash games. All right, guys, thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you in the next session.